Hey, it's Andrei. A week ago I started my final weight loss journey, and in this video I want to share with you my results. So here they are. In 1 week I actually lost a little bit more than 6 pounds, which is about 2.9 kilograms. Now this is a lot for my standards. I know that there is a lot of water weight in this weight loss, but still I'm very certain that a big part of this is also fat, right? Body fat. And there's a reason why I believe so. You see, I haven't only lost water, I have actually done everything in my power to lose weight. And the biggest thing that I did was to consume less calories than I burn, right? And in one of my previous videos, I actually talked about how uncertain I am about being able to have a deficit of 800 or 850 calories per day in order to achieve my goal. And I still believe that this is a lot. So in 1 week I made a deficit of 8,000 calories, which is a little bit more than it is needed to lose 1 kilogram or 2.2 pounds of body fat. There is a reason why I was able to do it. You see, I've decided to go on a special diet, and it's not a keto, it's actually low carb, high protein diet. Now, the thing is that I was not able to consume enough protein for this to be called high protein diet, but there was definitely very little carbs. I ate less than 30 grams of carbs per day, which is very little, and it should put me into ketosis. And it also did put me into ketosis. And that's how I was able to be in such big deficit without being hungry, right? Because every time that I tried to lose weight on a regular diet, just limiting calories, somehow I was always hungry. But with this diet, I was very rarely hungry. I was always satisfied with how I felt, and I actually felt amazing during this first week, which is something new for me, because usually at the end of the day I feel bad probably because of overeating and stress and everything. So we'll see how it goes. Now, this diet wasn't all great, right? The first thing that I noticed is the keto breath, which means that I have bad breath right now. And first, at day number 3, my breath was probably the worst. That's when I started to feel bad taste in my mouth. But then somehow my body adapted to this diet, and I don't feel it as much, and I actually feel okay with it. And I believe that the breath is not as bad anymore. But there was some other problems. You see, being on keto or on this sort of diet with low carbs means that your body actually consumes all the glycogen reserves in your body, which means that you're losing water, right? You're losing hydration, because glycogen is something that also stores water in your body. So this means that losing glycogen means that I was dehydrated. So I always had the feeling that I need to drink. And the more I drank, the more I felt thirsty, because on one hand I was drinking water, which is actually a good thing. But the problem is that it doesn't have electrolytes, because on this diet you also lose electrolytes. So this was not a good thing. Now, the other thing is that I'm addicted to something very bad and I drink it a lot. This is something that I drink daily. And these are caffeinated drinks. And this meant that my body was under unnecessary stress, because this caffeine, it made my heart race. At times during the day I actually felt palpitations. I felt like my heart is racing, or that it's skipping a bit. It was a strange feeling, and at first I was a little bit afraid about this. But the thing is that I was able to solve it with drinking water with salt, so that I got electrolytes back. But I still think that this is not the final solution. The final solution for me is to stop drinking Coca-Cola Zero and other zero drinks that contain, energy boosting materials, chemicals that are not good for my body but make me feel good, just like food that I used to binge on. By the way, this first week I didn't binge at all, so I'm happy about it. I didn't need to use any of the techniques that I described in my previous video, so that was all great. So the way I was able to lose these 6 pounds or 2.9 kilograms is by creating this calorie deficit. And the way I did it was to consume less calories and to burn more calories on the other hand. And I burned these extra calories on stationary bike, I did some weightlifting, and we had snow. So I had to shovel the snow, and that's how I burned a lot of energy. But I also kind of tired my body, So the last 2 days of this week, I didn't work out at all. So that's how my week went. And now I hope that I will make these weekly reports about my weight loss. And next week, not in the next video, I hope that there will be another video in between, but once a week I will try to give you updates on my weight loss, on my progress, how I'm doing, what I learned during this journey, what mistakes I make and what I do to repair them, and maybe share with you some tips that I find during this journey. And the next video that will be about my progress will contain also the before and after pictures, the first before after. Sure, it's only 14 days, so I'm not expecting much of a result, in terms of visual, right? I don't expect it to be seen on these pictures that I lost any weight or that I lost much weight. But fingers crossed, I hope that I will lose a few more pounds next week, so that maybe I can lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. I hope so. Now, if you want to join me on this journey, you can. You are free to do it. I actually encourage you, if you want to lose weight, join me. Write in the comments section how you're feeling during this process. If you have any challenges, if you need any help, maybe we can share some tips with each other. Now, that's it for this video, and I really hope that I see you in the next one. Until then, I wish you all the best. Bye bye.